Do you want an easier way to grow your email list? This is the same system that I use to automatically build my list. This part of my business is handled, which opens up time for me to work with customers or make new offers or hang out with my family or go to a movie or sleep in or take a nap or whatever. This is the simplest automatic way that I know of to grow your email list. I wanted to give you the full system to automate your list building. We're going to talk about how to come up with a great lead magnet topic, how to get your first working draft of your lead magnet, and even how to use AI to make a cover image for your lead magnet so we can use it in a Facebook ad or a meta ad, which also means it shows up on Instagram. I'm going to set up a full campaign for you so you can see where does the lead magnet come from? Then how do we get it into Meta and use it as an ad? What's an appropriate budget? How do we do the targeting? I'm going to cover all of that. And then the last part is when people become a lead, how do we get them onto our email list and then stay in touch with them so they work with us and want to buy our stuff? My name's Cody Birch, and there's also a workbook that goes with this. There's a link in the description. I give you all of my templates. I give you all of my prompts that you can use for ChatGPT or any AI tool that you're using. My image creation prompt, my deep research, agent mode, lead magnet topic prompt I gave it, the whole thing. And let's get to it. So I'm putting some time on the clock. I'm going to get this video done for you in one shot. And I need to be done in like 90 minutes. Today, the day I'm filming this, is my birthday. And so we're going to dinner here in a little bit, but I had a bit of time this afternoon to give you this gift of the full system in long form, thorough content. Just make sure you click the link in the description to get the workbook. So here's how the process works. We're going to talk about how to, there's really just three parts. So there's a lead magnet. We're going to automate the display of the lead magnet with a meta ad. And then we're going to send them some emails whenever they buy or whenever they opt into our thing. And we're going to point them towards the next step in our process. So under the lead magnet column here, we're going to help you pick a great topic for a lead magnet that your market is thinking about. We're going to make an ugly first draft, and I'm going to make a cover image using AI tools so we can use it as an image in the newsfeed. Next, I'm going to show you how to set up the meta ad from scratch. Even if you've never run a meta ad before, this will be the simplest way to do it. The good news is I've been running Facebook ads for a long time. It's gotten way easier now with AI targeting and AI placement. You don't need to make as many decisions as before, so I'll show you which pitfalls to avoid, what to click on, what to duck under, what to close down, which warnings and stuff to avoid, and how to get your ad published a few minutes from now. So I'll show you how I use the Flying Ace ad copy template. I'll show you how we use a built-in lead form on Facebook itself, and then how we use Zapier, or you can use make.com or whatever to connect. It's kind of like glue. We're going to take the leads from Meta and we're going to dump them onto your email list, whichever provider you use. I use Kit. I think it's the best one. You can use whichever one you want, but I'm going to show you the walkthrough of how I use it with Kit. And then the last part is how do we deliver the email to the people that requested our lead magnet? And then what do we do next? So how do we have a tag that triggers an automation? How do we then deliver the lead magnet? And then what's the handoff to the rest of our sales process in our email system? That's what we're going to cover today. Let's go ahead and jump in. Make sure you grab a copy of the workbook below so you can follow along and use some of the prompts that I've used as well. So here's the first move that I did. I want to talk about lead magnet topics. There's a newer feature inside of ChatGPT called agent mode. And agent mode is really useful. I'm going to pull up the prompt here I used in a second. Agent mode does some deep research on your behalf. And so here was the prompt that I used. The main thing I want new subscribers to do is join my membership, which is called Email School. It's for online creators, course creators, membership site owners, experts to win with email. We grow their email list, we keep the list engaged with storytelling, and we sell to them with campaigns. And so with that in mind, I start to reverse engineer, and here's the prompt that I used. I said, hey, I want to make a new lead magnet that would help people get better at email. Can you go read online threads and forums for people who run an online business and struggle with email marketing? What are they struggling with? What are they frustrated by? Where are they stuck? Do the research and then pitch me 5 ideas for a new lead magnet based on current frustrations. Now, inside of ChatGPT, there's a thing that says tools, and you turn on agent mode, and that will be how it does this deep research. So it said that it worked for 5 minutes. I've already done the work for you and won't make you watch ChatGPT think for 5 minutes. But it did some research. It found 36 different sources. It ran 4 different searches and said, hey, here's the research report I put together on what people are currently struggling with in email marketing, along with 5 lead magnet ideas tailored to those frustrations. So it did August 2025 research on current frustrations. These are common frustrations mentioned in 2024-25 forum posts and community threads. So pain point was number 1, generic AI generated emails and tone deaf messaging. And then it shows where it got that information from, including links to some of the threads, which is really interesting to go do some deeper research on your end. The second thing was deliverability issues. The third thing was difficulty with list hygiene, sender reputation, and technical setup, personalization and segmentation struggles, overwhelm with automation and complex email flows, low engagement, spam and regulations. So it pitched me 5 ideas. One was a storytelling workbook. One was the inbox hero deliverability checklist. I think that name is kind of overused, but a lot of things are heroes now, like subject line hero or storyteller hero or whatever. So that's maybe I'm living in a bubble, but deliverability checklist I'm cool with. Segmentation made simple mini course. I already have one of those inside of email school, so that could work. A plain text persuasion swipe file that didn't really jump off the page to me. And then spam proof your sequence. I thought that sounded nice. Now it said it'd do it as a workshop. I'd rather it be a checklist. So I just had a quick chat back and forth with ChatGPT and said, hey, I can't decide between 2 and 5. They're both around deliverability, but I like the hook of number 5 better. So spam proof your sequence to me sounds a little more appealing than the other one. So we chatted back and forth. I'll skip the conversation. And then I said, hey, give me something else that we can use. So spam proof your sequence, spam proof your emails, 10-point deliverability checklist. That's cool. And I went with the second one. So now, just for the sake of this demo, I don't really need a new lead magnet right now. I've got a bunch that are running. I'm currently running 4 different lead magnets with my Facebook ads. Some are around storytelling. One is around subject line swipe files, and 2 other ones. So I don't really need a 5th one running, but I just wanted to do this demo fresh with you and not just cheat and say, here's how I set this up 2 years ago. Let's look at how to set all this up now. So I went ahead for brevity's sake and I said, hey, chat, can you just go make this for me? Like, just what would you want to be in this thing? So it gave me the 10-point checklist. And here's what the workbook looks like. There's a welcome page here, and then just click on these tabs over here. So you can see the lead magnet research prompt that I used. And then I have a lead magnet template. I call this the level 3 lead magnet template. You can use my template, or you can use another one, or you can do it in ChatGPT if you want. But here's the actual template that I use for all of my lead magnets. So a lead magnet name, i.e. the thing you really want checklist. And then I have an introduction. Hey, my name is Cody. I'm the founder of this, the creator of that. And I put this together because it's a helpful tool to get you started, but it's a bigger piece of my overall program. So go ahead and enjoy this quick thing. And when you're ready for more support, go get the big thing or get the next thing. So we're leaving breadcrumbs to our main offer there. So I took this introduction and I took what ChatGPT gave me in its outputs, and I went ahead and created this. So this is my spam proof your audience, what are they called? Spam proof your sequence checklist. I just opened up Google Docs and I gave it a name. I put my name in the document because some people might download this. You'll see what I do with this here in a second. When they download the lead magnet, they might not remember what it was called or who it was by, or forget that I'm a person. So I put my name in it. I put my name here in this introduction as well. And it just says, hey, my name is Cody. I'm an online marketing coach with a love for email marketing, storytelling, and list building. Since January 1, 2022, I've sent a daily email. And I believe that an email audience is the most valuable audience you can build. I'm also the founder of Email School. So I'm telling them what to do next right here in the introduction. I'm not hiding the cash register. And I tell them what Email School does and how it's useful. And I say, this checklist is just the beginning. If you want to get a winning strategy up and running, you'll love what we're doing inside Email School. So a nice, warm, invitational call to action. And then I give them the goods. Spam proof your emails, 10-point deliverability checklist. Now, again, for brevity's sake, chat wrote most of this. I don't recommend you do that. Usually, I did go through it line by line before I hit record, just to make sure it was stuff that I agree with, and I totally do. So this is, to me, this is a one and done situation, but if people are worried about their emails going to spam, they should make sure they've done all 10 of these things, and if not, I added some links that they can click on to help them get to the finish line. So it gives them the goods. Number 1, verify your sending domain. Here's how to do that. Here's how to use Google Postmaster tools. Get them to reply to an email. Here's a script you can use. Send a welcome email immediately. Clean your list. Avoid spammy language. Watch your sending frequency. Include a visible unsubscribe link. Test before you send using things like Mail Tester. Monitor your sender reputation and keep learning. And final thoughts? Here's the final thoughts. And then I gave them an introduction to what's next. Like, now that you've done these things quickly, then click here to do this next. Now, a quick thing on lead magnets. I do recommend that they are short and simple and snappy. This is a little snackable lead magnet. They can download it. They can open up their ConvertKit or whatever and implement what's in the lead magnet quickly and get a quick win. So it's not like ultimate guide to the 82-point checklist of DKIM SPF record. I don't even know what some of that stuff means. It's something I did long ago, and I used ConvertKit's help to get me up and running. This is a quick, snackable, implementable thing that people can do really quickly. And so as you're thinking of lead magnet topics, yes, use the ChatGPT prompt in the agent mode to do the deep research. And then as you're scanning the options that it gives you, and I love that prompt saying, hey, pitch me, like based on your research, pitch me 5 ideas. That's a useful prompt to let it try to persuade you. And then you use your discernment and your wisdom and your intuition to say, well, I don't want to talk about that, or I've already covered that before, or that's not really that important to who I'm trying to attract or whatever. And we can really have a winning strategy with your lead magnet topic if you nail it. But keep this in mind, like make it really snackable. 2 other things I wanted you to keep in mind. There's, well, one other thing that's 2 choices. Whenever you're thinking about a lead magnet, remember, only pick a one that would attract people at the right level of understanding on your email list. Like in email school, it's a front-end, lower ticket membership. You don't have to be an expert. In fact, if you're the world's best email marketer, you probably wouldn't be a good fit in email school. And likewise, if you're like way brand new and have never sent an email before in your life and your email list is 0, honestly, like email school would work. I'll show you how to add people to your list, but it's not quite for those people either. The people that really win in email school are already up and running. They've got their platform selected. They're sending some emails. They're making some sales. They're getting leads organically, typically. And those people are great. So make sure you pick a lead magnet topic that is addressing the right level of awareness of the market you feel called to help, if that makes sense. Usually not way too early in the process, but not always. And usually not way too late in the process. Like if they're super duper experts, you may not want to work with those people, or you might. Every person's a little bit different. So make sure you pick that topic. Number 2, the topic can be one of 2 things in my recommendation. Number 1, a splinter. Inside of email school, honestly, I have a little mini course that talks about deliverability. So this would be a splinter. If email school is a tree, a little bit of it, take off the branch and then you take off a little splinter of wood. This is a subset, like a splinter is a subset of a piece of the content in your main program. And that's what this is. So I talk about deliverability a little bit in a mini course that people unlock inside of email school once they've been there for a little while. So number 1 is a splinter. Take a subset of the contents of your main thing and just give away a little bit of it for free. Usually a really painful bit of it. Like this is probably pretty painful. If you're going to spam, that would ideally stop happening. The second thing is salty. So either a splinter or salt. Now the saying, you can take a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. The trick is you can if the horse is, has just eaten something salty, right? So sometimes I grew up my grandma had a farm. I didn't grow up there. I grew up in the city, but we would go visit my grandma and she had cows and a couple horses, and they'd have these salt cubes all over the farm. And it was to hydrate the horses because they would make them thirsty. Then they would go drink water. That was what it was for. So in lead magnet land, what that is if you can solve the problem that comes right before they would need to hire you for the rest of it, that's something that's salty. So if I were helping people, let's say I had a done for you deliverability offer or something like that, right? Then I could give away this lead magnet for the deliverability checklist. And then the thank you page is like, hey, just hire me to do it. Like your next move is let me take care of it for you, right? So think about that. Those are 2 great lead magnet categories, splinters and salt. Think about that. Okay. So run your ideas through ChatGPT's agent mode through those filters. Is this a subset or a splinter? Is this the thing right before email school in my case becomes super obvious for them? Is that how it works? So this is my lead magnet. If we go back to our little diagram here, we've already covered a couple of things. We found the topic using ChatGPT's agent mode. We've made an ugly draft, meaning it's just a black and white Google document. There's nothing fancy about it. And now I want to show you how we're going to make a cover image inside of ChatGPT as well. So inside your workbook, I've given you a few prompts that I've used, these image creation prompts. And I just wanted you to see how I usually talk to ChatGPT. I don't want to type this all out. But this is a prompt that I gave it to get a little bit of a colorful lead magnet cover. And then this one is one I used that was actually really simple, that worked really, really well. So I'm going to use this prompt and I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste it into ChatGPT. I'm going to start a new chat and get out of agent mode. I'm just going to paste it in. So I need a 3D mock-up of a booklet titled Spam Proof Your Emails. So just tell the prompt what it is. The book should look like a clean, modern workbook or guide, about 10 to 15 pages thick with a slight shadow to give it depth. The cover should have large, bold typography and a clean, minimal design. Use a high contrast, solid background, like bright yellow, teal, coral, or electric blue that helps the book pop and stop the scroll. The image should look like a professional ad image for social media. Make it square. Dimensions. That's good enough. Let's see what it comes up with. We might need to work on it back and forth. And as you know, ChatGPT image creation sometimes takes a little bit of time. But keep in mind, when we're looking for an image in the newsfeed, then we want it to pop off the newsfeed. So if people are scrolling, they're on their phone, they're on the couch, they're watching Netflix on their phone, they're at the stoplight on their phone, they're in the carpool line on their phone, scroll. We want our image to pop out. It's going to be 80% of the reason why somebody takes action on your ad. So it needs to look nice and clean and clear and simple and readable, and they need to be able to get it in a snap. Not look at it and squint and turn their phone and go, I wonder what this thing even is. And so we'll see what it comes up with. And I don't want to overthink it. I want to, this is the simplest it could possibly be. And honestly, I just ran a split test in the last 48 hours where an ad that looked more like this outperformed an ad that looked a little more colorful and fun. So just for the sake of the example here, I want to give you another prompt, and I'm going to use this one. And this might make something that looks a little more colorful and warm. PDF, title, is that? This is written weird because it's me talking into my voice prompt into ChatGPT. Author is Cody Birch, a booklet. So this prompt, it says like, make it look cool, like warm and in a coffee shop and modern and colorful and primary colors and whatever. So let's see what that prompt gives us. For now, I want to use this one because it's so ugly, it just might work. And let's go ahead and download this. Let's just wait a second. So now we've got the lead magnet, the ugly first draft of a lead magnet. And all I do while this is rendering, inside of my Google folder, I have a Google folder called lead magnets. And this has all of my lead magnets in here. So the spam proof your audience checklist is this document. And I'm going to click share, and I'm going to make sure that people can have a viewing link to this lead magnet. And I'm just going to give it to them whenever they request it. So I'll email them the link. So the way the functions work is once they request it through Facebook or Instagram, then it'll run a Zapier automation to apply a tag in Kit or whatever email service you use. I use Kit. And then that tag will it'll trigger an email. You'll see what I mean here in a second. I'm going to record the whole thing in this video. So let's see what this image looks like. So I get what they're doing here. I don't know if that'd work or not. I think it looks kind of cool. I think the PDF thing is weird, and the spam proof is kind of droopy. It's weird to me that it's, let's just see. Don't use the PDF looking red sticker in the top left. This almost never works. I like the icon in the top right. Center that instead. This usually breaks, so we'll see. But it's that simple. A lot of people ask me, well, what do you do with the lead magnets when they request it? And you can use Dropbox or whatever Microsoft's online storage is. We just really need to get people a link to the actual lead magnet. I don't send them a PDF as an attachment. I'm sending them a link to this Google Doc. And if you're wondering, well, do you ever get people pushing back that they can't access a Google Doc? I'd say no. I mean, it's not like I'm using some random software. I'm using Google. And I think everybody on the planet, probably most of them, have a Google address. If it does become a problem, you can save this as a PDF and upload that in your folder as well, and just send them a link to the PDF. So I don't typically recommend people split test ad pictures, but if this gives me two that I like and want to test, then I'll give it a shot. I'll try anything. But the ad images should be really clear and easy to see in a snap. Okay. So we'll wait for this to render here in a sec. Well, they centered the icon. The oof is still drooping off, and so I'm not going to fuss with this any longer. I'll go ahead and save this as a copy. I can't see a world where I use it. And I do want to get a blue version of this. So let's see if I can put my prompt in here now. All right, so while that's rendering, I want to show you how to start to set up the Facebook ad. So here's how this goes. If you're brand new to Facebook ads, I'll go ahead and put in the workbook. I'm going to add a little bonus down here on how to set up your ad account. So you're welcome for that. Set up ad account. I'm going to give you a fun emoji. There you go. While that's rendering, I'm going to go ahead and grab the lesson out of the school group, a separate window. All right, here's a glimpse inside of Email School. In the classroom, there is a course called the Automated List Building Machine, which goes a little bit more in depth in this video. And here's how to set up your ad account. All links to meta articles that are now in your workbook. So again, click the link in the description to get a copy of the workbook. So you'll have all these links and scripts and stuff like that as well. Okay. All right. So let's see what we got here. Still working. I hate that. It's like it didn't even read. Okay, we're done. I'm using the yellow image. As you can see, sometimes what I'll do is just start over. Like you can upload an image and say, this is cool, but make the background blue. But sometimes this is all just a tainted, like this is bright and easy to read. And this one's like kind of all yellow. It's kind of hard to read. And then this one's not good at all. So we got an image we're going to test out. It's fine for this demo as well, to show you how it works. So once your ad account is set up, this is what it should look like. You've got your campaigns. Campaigns have ad sets. Ad sets have ads. At the campaign level, we decide what the objective is for our Facebook ads. At the ad set, we decide targeting, budget, placements. At the ads itself, it's the words and pictures. And we create the form because we're going to use a built-in feature on Facebook called a lead form. And I'll show you what that looks like right now. So this is my newest ad I set up last week, which gave me the idea for this video. And here's how one of the ads looks. I'm going to hit edit. I'll show you how to write the ad copy, and I've got Facebook ad writing template in the workbook. So make sure you get a copy of that. But this is what the ads look like, right? So this was the ad in the newsfeed, kind of cool. And then this is what the form looked like at the bottom. So when I click the link, it opens up a form and it looks like this. So it's the same picture from the ad. And then it says a little headline, tell me where to send it. They click continue, it goes to this screen, contact info. They go to this screen, privacy policy. This screen is kind of the next steps. And it says your swipe file's on the way to your inbox. If you think subject lines are cool, you'll love Email School. So it just tells them what to do next, okay? I'm actually gonna leave this up because I might need some of that copy when I'll pull it off screen. Sometimes I freeze up when I'm recording a live demo of how this whole process works, but that's the functionality. They'll click on a link and it'll open up a form. And that's how it goes. So let's get it going. I'm going to create an ad campaign for you now from scratch. All right, inside of Ads Manager, just click on the green Create button. And we got a couple of options here. So it's asking for a campaign objective. Now keep in mind, whatever you select is what you're going to get. If you say you want clicks, it'll give you clicks, but it won't give you conversions. If you say you want awareness, likes, reach, brand awareness, engagement, whatever, you'll get that, but you won't get conversions. If you ask for engagement, you'll get engagement. If you ask for sales, you'll get sales. If you ask for leads, you're going to get leads. So make sure you select leads. And then we're going to use the built-in feature on Facebook called lead forms. Depending on your ad account, everyone looks a little bit differently. I hate the tailored leads campaign. I've been doing this for so long. I'm a little more old school, I guess. So I always select manual leads campaign. I've tested tailored leads campaign, and I feel like it takes too many shortcuts and does some weird things I'm not okay with. So I don't want to mess with that. All right, so now we got to give the campaign a name. Spam proof your sequence. You never want to look at your ad account and have to guess, like what did SPYS mean again? And you meant in your head spam proof your sequence, but you forgot what it was. And I always put the date, so August 2025, at least the season, and then the goal is leads. That's how I name my sequences. So with the name of the promotion, with the month that the campaign went live, just for easy glance. Over the years, if you're new to Facebook ads, this doesn't seem like it makes a difference. If you've done it for years, you're going to wonder, like, when did I run that again? And when did that campaign start? And what's going on there? So name it really, really clearly so you don't confuse yourself in the future. Or buying type is auction, don't change it. Campaign objective is leads. I prefer ad set budget. So if it gives you an option between campaign budget and ad set budget, I recommend you click on ad set budget. There's a lot of these are newer features. So this one's newer to me. Share some of your budget with other ad sets. It's recommended. I'm going to turn it off because I'm old school. A/B testing sounds fun if you're an internet person, but don't bother. And My lead magnet is no kind of special ad category. Yours might be. It probably won't be statistically, but if it is, make sure you handle your business with that. So that's all at the campaign level. I just gave it a name. I made sure ad set budget was ticked. I don't want it to share my audience. I just want a pure test. That's really the point. I don't want it to spend $5 if I say spend 20 because it's sharing my budget with other ad sets. So let's do $20 a day as a start. You can do 10 if you want. I wouldn't recommend much less than 10 because it'll be hard to get statistically significant data. So I'm going to do 10. And then that's all I've done. So now we're going to click next. The campaign is done. We're a third of the way there. We've done a third of the part. So now for the new leads ad set, I just do it the same way every time. Advantage plus audience. See, it's auto-populating. And placements. I'm in the US. A lot of clients I have are in Canada as well. Oh, it's auto-populated for me, which I didn't mean it to. I'm not going to run this one in the UK. Not for this test. And then control copy and control image. That's what I've got here. So that's how I name it. In the old days, you would say this is running to like ClickFunnels audience or Frank Kern or Amy Porterfield or Russell Brunson or whatever, whoever the people were, famous authors, Tim Ferriss, Gary Vaynerchuk. Now, Advantage Plus is Facebook's AI, and they'll automatically, based on their trillions of data points, find the audience and they'll find the placements for my leads based on my page, based on my content, based on the lead magnet, based on the ad copy, based on former interactions with my page. And so that's what I recommend. I've tested this. I've tested in my account and client ad accounts and email school member ad accounts. It is the most consistent that I found lately. It used to be not the case. It was a new feature. I'd say, no, I trust my awesome targeting. I'm so good at targeting. And then over time, I had to admit Facebook's AI targeting was better. So I gave it a name, kind of a long name, but it's who I'm targeting, where the ads are going, what countries are going to see this ad. And this is control copy and image. So if I run a variant like a video, I'd say control copy and video. Or if I do hook to, if another hook for the ad, I'll do, hook to yellow picture or whatever, right? So usually I keep it really, really simple. And that's where I get started though. So we have a couple of options and it says, hey, where's the conversion going to happen? The goal is conversion. So which one is the conversion? And I really just want instant forms. We're going to generate leads by asking people to fill out a form. It's real simple. The form I want to use, I'm going to do email school for my Facebook page. You might just have one. You might have multiple Facebook pages. The performance goal, maximize number of leads. Sounds fine. I'm not going to test dynamic creative. I don't have a catalog attached. I'm going to set it at $20 a day just to see what happens. It's going live August 7th, my birthday. I'm not going to set an end date. I'll keep an eye on it and take a look at it and change it, turn it off eventually, unless it just crushes and I'll leave it on. If this starts bringing a lot of email school members, then I'll leave it on. Okay, so I've really done nothing yet. I just gave it a name and I'm just scrolling down. I selected instant forms. Skip, 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 pass, pass, pass. Make sure the budget's cool, timing's cool. I do want to add Canada. A lot of my clients are in Canada as well. So I just clicked edit and I said, hey, include Canada. And that's it. Advantage Plus audience is probably by default selected. And it says our AI finds audiences for your ads. If you add a suggestion, they basically say, we'll keep that in mind, but they may not use it. So you can say like, no, they have to love ConvertKit and Trello and ClickFunnels or whatever. They're like, oh, keep that in mind. So I just leave that off. Just you go do it. And then placements, Advantage Plus placements. So placements are like Facebook newsfeed, Instagram Explorer, stories, reels, video ads, whatever. That's fine. Just wherever you think this ad should go, wherever you think, whoever you think should see the ad, I trust you. And that may sound a little naive, but it really works. Facebook just has so much data on people that I just trust the algorithm to go find me the people. And keep in mind too, while I'm on this topic, if you're running ads on Facebook, you're the customer. Like you pay Facebook or Meta, the platform, to run ads. You're spending money with them. If you're just using Instagram, you're not the customer, you're the commodity. So Facebook, believe it or not, wants to give you a good user experience as the advertiser, because that's how they make money. And so it's not like they're trying to trick you and waste your money, because then what? You'll flee the platform and never run Facebook ads again. So they want it to work. They want to find you people. And it usually takes a day or 2 or 3 for the algorithm to kick in and for the sorting to take place. And that's fine. Just be a little bit patient. Once we publish these ads, we're not going to be the helicopter parent like I was with one of my 3 kids when they were little toddlers or babies at the park at the end of our street. I would just kind of hover over them, make sure they don't go too fast or too far or too high or too low. When I set these ads up, I usually just hit publish and then I go do something else. In a little while, I'm going to go to dinner with my wife. And that's it. So that's what I want you to do as well. We're going to set it up and we're not going to look at it. You got to promise me you're not going to look at it. Okay. Next is the ad itself, like the words in the pictures. So now we have the campaign. Now we have the ad set. And let's go write the ad. I haven't written the ad yet, so we'll see how that goes. Okay. This is a control copy and image. It's not a partnership ad. Email School is the identity. Email School is the identity. We're going to run a single image ad. I uncheck multi-advertiser ads. The destination is going to be an instant form. Now, we can't use one of these existing forms because the context is all off. I need to actually make a new form. So I'm going to click on Create Form. And this is my spam proof checklist form. And I date it 8/7/2025. I want more volume. You have a couple of options here, but I just want more people to go through it. I just want, like, you can make it harder. Some people, they want to capture phone numbers and stuff. You can. I don't. If every field you add, you're going to get a decrease in people converting onto your form. I just want their first name and their email. So this is a newer option. Do you want to make this restricted or open? Let's make it open. Flexible form delivery. I don't even know what that is. So I'm going to turn that off. Click next. All right. That's where I'm cheating and pulling up the ad I wrote last time because I panic when I have to do this in front of people. Click next. You can get kind of fancy with the logic. I don't need to do that. So I'm just going to say, I just need their information. So I don't need their phone number. I'm going to hit the trash can. And then if your field doesn't say first name, it might say full name, which is not helpful. I don't need their full name. You just go to add category, user info, and then select first name. And if it asks for their first name, we're not going to have their full name as an option. So that's all I need. I want their first name and their email. And that's it. I need to get my privacy policies. It's just at the bottom of my website. All right. And so then this is it. This is the last part of the ad. And so I'm going to use the copy from my other ad that says your checklist is on the way to your inbox. I'm going to give them the 3 big pillars of email school where we grow your audience, keep them engaged. I don't want it too long. That looks good. It's not too long. Go to a website. That's the site for email school. And the call to action is check out email school. And that's it. So I'm going to glance through for any kind of typos real quick. Cool. Looks good. Looks good. Now we click create form. And I now have a form. So your layout may look a little bit different than mine, but now I've got my form created. And so if we go back to our map, we got to write the ad copy. We got the form done, and I'll show you how to set up Zapier here in a second. So for ad creative, set up creative, an image ad. And I'm going to add the image that I just saved from ChatGPT. It's going to ask me a bunch of questions like, hey, how do you want it to look when it's square? That's fine. What about when it's vertical? That looks weird. I'm going to leave it original. And their AI will add, there won't be this gray part there. I'm going to leave it that way as well. So I didn't want any changes there. Primary text. Okay, here's where the rubber meets the road. I've been writing ads for a long time. I've given you, sometimes I made a AI wizard that writes Facebook ads like I do, but I'm not going to cheat and use that. I like to use this thing called the Flying Ace ad copy, and I've given you that inside of your workbook. So click the link in the description to get this framework. ACE stands for authority, conversion, and empathy. So pattern interrupt, fast acting call to action, build rapport and empathy, epiphany bridge, what they get, recap, and final CTA. And so what I like to do, this is actually a pretty good yes question. I like to start the ad with what I call a yes question. Uh, I wish I could just turn this off so go with me here. So what I like to do is ask the yes question and then build some kind of feel, felt, found, empathy, and authority. So far so good. I mean, I don't know what you think. Comment below. What do you think? So for this demo, this is fine. Like in the Flying Ace ad copy, you'll see I have a specific structure I walk people through, like the yes question and the feel, felt, found. You're not alone. A lot of people struggle with this. That was my case as well. Um, while I'm recording this, no immediate story comes to mind of a time where I was landing in the spam folder. I'm sure I was. I just don't have a story of like, remember my first email campaign and it went to 50,000 people and 50,000 promo tabs later. I was really frustrated and I got fired from my job and like, I don't have that story. So I do like when we can weave in a story like that. But for now, for the sake of this demo, it's really simple to write Facebook ads. I'll show you. You can get a copy of the ad writing, whatever I call it, like Cody's ad wizard or something. It's a custom GPT trained on the methods taught in this tab of your workbook. And so there's a lot of examples in here, and you can see I much prefer stories in my ads. But this is honestly probably good. Okay, setup is 2 words. Okay. Grammarly and I don't always get along great. Wait, it just duplicated my, it was so weird. Okay, I think that's good. So what's going to happen next is it's going to recommend a bunch of AI variations of your ad. I typically turn these off, but these might be okay because I gave it a pretty, that's actually not bad. I don't want hashtag email success. So if you see some you like, go for it. That's actually, I don't hate that one. This ends weird. So that's fine. If you're not feeling this, then just like I don't like this one, ditch the promo tab graveyard. That's weirdly phrased. And then it will, I don't want to say inbox guaranteed. If I don't like any of those, I'm going to leave them all off. And then the call to action, you have a couple of options. I like download. I like learn more. Those are fine. The next is going to try to make a bunch of variations of your image. I don't like these. Like that book looks like it's sitting on a chair. So this is a newer feature. I'm going to skip and continue and not apply any of those weird variations. And then there's some enhancements. And by default, it wants to turn all of these on. I don't test this stuff. I don't really have a strong feeling either way. I really want the most leads at the lowest cost. So if it thinks that a visual touch up on a reel is going to make my conversions improve, go for it. Let's see how that works. So I'm going to leave all these on. You don't have to. See what all they do. Like sometimes the music ones are really weird. Whatever. Go for it, Facebook. Good luck. Click done. And then here's what the ads look like. That's not the words that I wrote. This is so strange, right? Like I need to rewind the video and what did I say? Why did it like glitch? Maybe you saw this 5 seconds ago and you're like, oh no, it glitched. You didn't see it. It was just the opening line from I blame Grammarly. Making sure nothing else changed. Okay, that looks good. All right, so weird. Free checklist. Let's make sure the headlines look good. I am wondering how, like, why does this just say form? Why does it not say the headline? This is real life, people. Like, this is the headline. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go on faith that this is correct. I don't know why it's like maybe it could be a broken, buggy preview thingy. And I hope this is helpful too, just to watch me think through this and approach this. I live in the ads manager and it's got a bunch of weird quirks and stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and publish it and just see what happens. We'll see if it lets me publish the campaign. And once it's published, that'll sort of be the final version of what the ads look like. And we'll see what they look like. So what'll happen now is the ad is, assuming it's published correctly, we'll take a look here. It's not going to run right away and spend money right away. It's going to take a little bit of time to get this set up. So I'm closing some other windows here that are bogging down my computer. Let's take a look. So let's go to preview. I'm looking for the headline to be correct. So it is. Free checklist, spam-proof your sequence. Good. Great. It worked. So it was just a little bit glitchy. Okay. So now back to our little graphic here. We've got the meta ad. We wrote our ad copy. We got the lead form done. Next, we need to do Zapier, but I'm going to skip around a bit and actually go inside of ConvertKit and show you how this works. Because now that the form is published, that form is now accessible to me as a trigger inside of Zapier or whatever you use to connect non-native platforms like Facebook ads and Kit don't natively talk to each other. So we're going to fix that. So here's what we do inside of Kit. I'm in my automations. I'm going to click new automation. I just always start from scratch. This thing is really simple, actually. We're not doing a whole lot of fancy stuff here. Lead magnet, spam proof your sequence. Start building. I'm going to make a tag called FB lead ad. Create new tag called FB lead ad, spam proof your sequence, add event. And whenever that tag is applied to a contact record, we're going to send an email. So add the subscriber to an email sequence. I'm going to create it from scratch real quick. Inside this sequence, we're going to send the email immediately. It's a little quirk of Kit. Now it's going out immediately. I'll type it real quick. Okay. So a couple things. I like to make this left justified. I like when the button color looks like it's orange. I need to get the link from here. So share, copy link. I'm going to link up the lead magnet to the button. I also like to give people a text link sometimes as well. And then I need to link up email school. So when I say check out email school, I actually use a link trigger, which is a bit of a different thing I might cover in a different video. But when I type email school link, it pulls up the link and it automatically applies a tag. So that's it. Delivered, spam proof your email checklist. Hey, congrats. You're just moments away from letting emails in the inbox. Click it, download it, get the checklist. Cool. Publish. I'm going to do one little thing here. I'm going to add a delay. And I'm going to delay for a number of days, but I'm going to delay for a number of hours. Let's just say 2 hours. And I'm going to run a simple check because I do this with all of my leads. This is a bit of a bonus training for watching near the end of the video. I'm going to do a condition and I'm going to base on a tag. Here's what I want to do. I want to see if they're new here. So I have a tag called completed and then I call it the getting to know you series. So did they have this tag that they've completed the getting to know you series? If yes, then event, what do I do? Action, move them, exit this automation, add action. So if they have that tag, they're not new here. They've already been through my welcome series. So like leave them alone. If no, then let's add a tag that's called start, GTKY. Super simple automation. So they download the lead magnet. The tag gets applied by Zapier. We'll do that next. I send them an email to give them the lead magnet, wait a little bit of time, run a quick check. Hey, are they new here or not? If they have the completed welcome series tag, they're done. If they don't, then add the welcome series tag, which triggers the welcome series, if that makes sense. I'm going to make it active, activate, good to go. All right. Now we got the ConvertKit part done. That was quick. We added a tag, delivered the lead magnet, and did a handoff to the email series. This is great. Last step, Zapier. Sometimes their AI thing doesn't work. So here's what I like to do. So if you don't know Zapier or make.com, the two different things that do kind of the same thing, they have an AI tool that'll talk you through it, but I don't want to use it right now. I want to say anytime, basically there's a trigger and then an action. So the trigger is a new lead happens inside of Facebook, lead ad, Facebook lead ads. Trigger event is a new lead in the Facebook lead ads Cody Birch thing. Configure, it's like, well, what's the page? What's the page coming from? And this page would be email school. And the form we just made, it's probably already pulled in here. So yeah, spam proof your checklist. So whenever that form gets completed, that's the trigger. I can click test, but it'll just pull in like a dummy record, but that's fine. So lead A is a dummy record. So continue. And then what's up next? I'm going to go to Kit. You would put in your email delivery platform of choice. And now inside of Kit, I want to add a tag to a subscriber. Click continue. Next up, you select your tag. So the tag was the FB lead ad spam proof your sequence. For the email field, you'll click on this plus sign to map. You want to grab the data from the email field from the lead form. And so just select that. And then for their first name, same thing. Just click the plus. We want to grab the data from the first name field from the lead form. And then from there, hit continue. And test it if you'd like. What it'll do is run that dummy contact record through your ConvertKit or whatever. Not super necessary. But the Zap is now published. And I'm going to give it a name so I don't forget what this is. This is rename FB lead ad to CK. And this is the spam group, whatever, checklist. Okay. So close that parenthesis at the end. So that's that. And it's published, it's live, and it's going to work. So now let's take a look at our diagram. We made the lead magnet, got the topic, the ugly draft in a black and white Google Doc, made a cover image with ChatGPT, wrote the ad copy, got the lead form, set up Zapier, and we applied a tag, delivery, and handoff inside of my email system, and we are done. So here's what's going to happen next. The ad itself will get published, or it is published. It's just kind of waiting. It's been 30 minutes. Let's see if it's gotten approved. It says it is, drumroll please. So it says it's preparing. I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm not going to check on it. I'll check on it tomorrow. We'll see how it does. But this is the system. This is the machine that I use to automate my list building, and we're done. I hope you enjoyed this in-depth training on how to do the whole process from start to finish, from getting an idea for a lead magnet to the finish line of publishing a Facebook ad campaign that will automate your list building so you can spend your time and energy doing something else. Like I'm about to go to dinner with my wife for my birthday, and kind of hope you enjoyed this thorough video that's a gift from me to you. Have fun automating your list building. If you want to learn more about what we're doing inside of Email School, then click the link in the description. And don't forget to download the workbook with all the prompts and templates and guides that you can use to automate your own list building. And I want to hear how it goes, so comment below your results. Have a good one. I'll see you in the next video.